Hello. So video games are a thing that are pretty cool, and I happen to be one of the people who also believes them to be very cool. So what this is I'm basically informing that I'm gonna be starting a Twitch stream. In fact, I've already started it, and the link is gonna be in the description down below. Now, I want to explain a bit about how this is going to fit into the content of the channel, but basically, and I've said this before, I don't believe that philosophy and politics and theory and all that stuff is necessarily separate from entertainment. I believe that they're related, and I don't believe that relating them is somehow an imposition as to people's rights, because we think of what you find entertaining is your right. I don't believe that relating them is necessarily imposing upon people's rights. I think it's just it's just a prudent, it's just a prudent and intelligent move, pretty much. Prudent evolutionary move. I think that what I crave most of all is to take philosophy and intellectualism and all this like analysis and structure and as well as art and entertainment, and combine all that into like a theory, a one big solid grand unified theory. That's sort of my that's sort of like an idea that's a really it's a really like fantastic goal that I have envisioned. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think that they're separate. I think that it's cool if you can do both. It's cool if you can relate them. So the Twitch stream is the entertainment side of the channel, as I prefer to be more entertaining than just constantly critical and analytical. And part of the reason for that is I think that entertainment is ultimately about positivity, whereas criticism and analysis isn't. And I've always said, I've said before, again, the channel, I actually have a video called Positivity. I think positivity is really important. I want this channel to ultimately be positive. I want to be bringing people up rather than shooting them down or sticking them into the mud. And I know that it's a little unfortunate, because recently this is a lot of what's actually been happening ever since like January with the whole the Pyrrha thing. I've just been criticizing things and having arguments and having all this really annoying stuff happen. I can't, in a sense, I can't help it. I think it's my nature to be like hyper analytical and just point out things that are wrong. But my intention behind that isn't to shoot people down. It's to bring people up. I ultimately want this to be a positive experience, not a negative one. And I realize that with philosophy and analysis of like current systems, you're going to find problems with a lot of existing systems and models and things that happen in the world. So I'm gonna there's no way not to be critical of all that. There's no way to be like, yeah, I'm alright with all this. No. Obviously, some of that criticism isn't going to go away. It can't go away. You'd have to, it remains part of like the spirit of what's happening here. And I don't think it's totally neutral. I honestly don't think that there even is such a thing as like neutrality. You're either positive or negative. Neutrality is sort of asymptotic. It can't really be reached. Even if it is, it's only for like in like science and for a very short period of time. It's very transient. As soon as we go past the numbers, things become either positive or negative, affirming or denying, existing patterns. So, obviously that can't completely go away from the spirit of what I do here, and I don't want it to go away. However, I do want to be more positive, because I feel like I've been very negative lately, and bringing positivity is still sort of my hope and my desire and my goal here. And this is pretty much part of how I envision doing that. So, it would take me some time to sort of get the Twitch thing all nice and polished and more fun, and but I could be fun. I could be a fun individual, a fun person to be around. So I invite you all, or any of you who whom are interested to come watch me on the stream. And if you want to interact, we can interact and talk and discuss or whatever. If you just whatever it is, whatever that's in it for you, I'm sure I can provide it. So yeah, that's sort of the goal. And I think it's a great way to interact with people. It's a great way to sort of be part of the community and grow and be social without necessarily having to go out and meet people. It's a way to be social without necessarily having to pretend or put on a face and all that stuff that I sort of can't really do and have trouble with. So it's like the best way to be social and real without actually having to put in any of the effort behind being social. So yeah, those are my goals. And by all means, if you enjoy it, please come watch. I'm going to link it in the descriptions of videos from now on. It's, again, the goal of the channel is fusing that with what I already do, the systematic analysis stuff. And that stuff isn't, like, it's not going away, it's not vanishing. That's still an inherent aspect of what I'm interested in doing. I don't see that going away ever. Not anytime soon, but this is another aspect of what I really enjoy doing. So I kind of want to bridge the gap and do a bit of both. So yes, please, if you're in any way compelled, I invite you all. Cheers.